landscape. But even as darkness gathered, hope flickered in the east, a promise of renewal and a chance to rebuild. A new city, Polonnaruwa, was rising, emerging from the ashes of the old, ready to embrace a new destiny. Ready to become the heart of a new golden age, a symbol of resilience and the enduring spirit of the Sri Lankan people. This is the story of how vision, resilience, and the mastery of water would not only define a civilization, but would shape a nation's destiny, guiding it through periods of prosperity and hardship, leaving an indelible mark on the world. From ancient promise to new beginnings, Sri Lanka's journey was far from over, its story still being written in the sands of time. The stage was set for a leader who would change everything, a visionary who would rise to the challenge and guide the nation towards a brighter future. As Anuradhapura, once the heart of Sinhalese power, gradually faded from prominence, its legacy began to transform. The shift wasn't sudden, but a slow transition, marked by strategic decisions and the allure of a new horizon. Polonnaruwa emerged, a city born not just from necessity, but from strategic foresight, destined for greatness and architectural innovation. It was carefully planned to become the next great capital. Its location, carefully chosen along the banks of the life-giving Mahaweli River and the surrounding fertile plains, offered unparalleled advantages. This strategic positioning made it ideal for both defense against potential invaders and sustained economic growth, fostering a thriving community. Invading Chola kings, who briefly held sway, left their indelible mark on the city's early character, but Sinhalese rulers, with unwavering determination, reclaimed and magnificently transformed the city, imbuing it with their unique vision. This resulted in a fascinating blending of cultures, weaving together diverse influences into a vibrant and harmonious whole. Polonnaruwa, rising from the ashes of conflict, became a powerful symbol of resilience, national unity, and boundless ambition, showcasing the spirit of the Sinhalese people. At its very core stood the majestic royal citadel, the seat of power, and the sacred quadrangle, a testament to the deep-rooted faith of the kingdom, all beautifully surrounded by meticulously designed gardens, serene parks, and immense reservoirs, showcasing advanced engineering and water management. The city's intricate network of canals, skillfully engineered and well-maintained roads, efficiently connected people, facilitated trade, and sustained life, ensuring prosperity for all. Even before the reign of its greatest king, Parakramabahu I, Polonnaruwa was already a marvel of urban planning and architectural prowess, ready and waiting for a visionary leader to seize its potential and lead it into an unprecedented golden era of cultural and economic flourishing. This city was far more than just a capital. It was a beacon of innovation. It was a powerful statement of hope, unwavering resilience, and boundless possibility for the future. The stage was meticulously set, the foundations firmly laid, for a leader of exceptional vision who would not only rule, but elevate Polonnaruwa to legendary status, forever etching its name in the annals of history. The island nation eagerly waited, holding its breath in anticipation for its golden age to finally begin, promising prosperity and glory. And that transformative leader, the one destined to shape Polonnaruwa's destiny, was, at that very moment, about to arrive and claim his place in history. Sri Lanka, a land of ancient wonders and rich history, was at this time far from unified. The island was fractured, a tapestry of divided kingdoms, each vying for power and influence. These fragmented territories were often at odds, leading to instability and conflict. It was into this world of fractured kingdoms that Parakramabahu was born, not in the main court, amidst the established power, but in a southern province, a region somewhat removed from the center of it all. This humble beginning would shape his perspective and fuel his ambition. From childhood he was driven by ambition, a burning desire to elevate his people and his land. Even as a young boy, his focus and determination were evident. He possessed a clear vision for a united Sri Lanka, a singular, powerful nation free from internal strife and external threats. This vision was not just a dream, but a concrete goal that he pursued with unwavering dedication. He understood that leadership required mastery of both war and peace. He trained rigorously in martial arts, strategy, and combat, preparing himself for the challenges of leadership. He also dedicated himself to mastering statecraft and Buddhist teachings, recognizing the importance of wisdom, justice, and compassion in governance. His education was comprehensive, encompassing both practical skills and philosophical understanding. As a young man, eager to understand the needs of his people, he traveled extensively across the island, witnessing firsthand the decay and suffering caused by division and neglect. He saw the crumbling infrastructure, the impoverished communities, and the overall decline of the island's once great civilization. But he was also keen on learning from every kingdom, observing their strengths and weaknesses, their successes and failures. He sought to understand the unique challenges and opportunities facing each region. These journeys profoundly shaped his mission, solidifying his commitment to creating a better future for all. His goal was to restore unity, prosperity, and faith to a land desperately in need of revitalization. He envisioned a Sri Lanka where all citizens could thrive, where the economy flourished, and where Buddhist principles guided governance. Parakramabahu's famous declaration, etched in stone for all to see, echoed his core philosophy. Not even a little water from the rain must flow into the ocean without being made useful to man. This statement encapsulates his deep understanding of resource management and his commitment to serving the people. He understood that controlling water, a precious resource in an agricultural society, meant feeding the people, ensuring their survival and well-being. This in turn would lead to ensuring stability, fostering economic growth, and building a strong and resilient kingdom. His vision was not just for power, for personal glory, or territorial expansion, but for a flourishing, unified nation, a society where everyone could prosper and contribute to the common good. Every lesson he learned, every hardship he endured, only fueled his resolve, strengthening his determination to achieve his goals. Parakramabahu was preparing for more than a throne. He was not simply seeking a crown or a title, he was preparing to transform a nation, to reshape its destiny, and usher in an era of unprecedented prosperity and peace. The dream of a golden age, once a distant hope, whispered in legends, was no longer a fanciful notion. It was a meticulously crafted plan, a strategy for national renewal, ready to be set in motion with precision and purpose. The journey to kingship, the path to fulfilling his grand vision, was about to begin, promising great challenges and even greater rewards. Parakramabahu's path to the throne was forged through strategy, war, and relentless determination. He first strengthened his own southern kingdom, rebuilding reservoirs and organizing his army. With a solid base, he launched a campaign to unify the island, using diplomacy, alliances, and military brilliance. The struggle was fierce, but his vision of unity never wavered. Capturing Polonnaruwa was his greatest challenge and ultimate triumph. After years of conflict, he entered the city as the undisputed ruler of a united Sri Lanka. But victory was just the beginning. Parakramabahu set out to heal the wounds of war, establish justice, and win the hearts of his people. He was not just a conqueror, he was a guardian, ready to build a new era. The foundation for a golden age was laid. Now the real transformation could begin. The island was united and its future was in his hands. With unity achieved, Parakramabahu turned to his life's mission, mastering water to secure prosperity. He launched an agricultural revolution, aiming to make Sri Lanka self-sufficient and abundant. The crowning achievement was the Parakramasamudra, a colossal reservoir created by linking 5 tanks, an engineering marvel that still stands today. But he didn't stop there. He restored hundreds of dams, thousands of canals, and countless village tanks across the island. This vast network brought water to every corner, turning dry plains into lush rice fields. Famine vanished, replaced by reliable harvests and economic growth. The surplus fueled a flourishing kingdom, supporting armies, building projects, and cultural life. By keeping his promise to use every drop of rain, Parakramabahu laid the foundation for greatness. The land thrived, and the people flourished. Water was not just a resource, it was the heart of a golden age. The revolution had begun. With abundance secured, Parakramabahu turned to the soul of his kingdom, faith and learning. He reformed the Buddhist Sangha, uniting monks and revitalizing spiritual life. The king transformed Polonnaruwa with magnificent temples and monuments, including the breathtaking Galvihara. He championed education, founding monastic colleges that became centers of learning for the entire Buddhist world. The arts flourished and knowledge spread from the capital to the remotest villages. Hospitals and shrines were built across the land, caring for both body and spirit. Parakramabahu's reign became a true golden age, where faith, art, and wisdom thrived together. His legacy was not just material but spiritual and intellectual. The kingdom's soul was nourished, and its culture reached new heights. The golden age was in full bloom. A united kingdom needed to be connected, so Parakramabahu built roads and canals to bind the land together. Highways linked Polonnaruwa to ports towns, and villages breaking isolation and boosting trade. Canals served both irrigation and transport, moving goods and people efficiently across the island. Rest houses lined the roads, making travel safe and commerce easy. The kingdom became a hive of activity, its regions working as one. Ports flourished and Sri Lanka rejoined the global trade network, exporting gems, spices, and elephants. A strong navy protected sea lanes and fostered international ties. Infrastructure was the backbone of Parakramabahu's vision. By connecting his people, he created a dynamic, prosperous nation. The island's influence reached far beyond its shores. Parakramabahu's legacy is alive in Sri Lanka today, most visibly in the enduring Parakramasamudra. This ancient reservoir still irrigates fields, supporting thousands of families. The ruins of Polonnaruwa inspire awe, drawing visitors from around the world. These stones are more than relics, they are symbols of national pride and achievement. The king's focus on self-sufficiency and water management remains relevant, guiding modern Sri Lanka. His wisdom in uniting the country is a powerful reminder in times of division. The story of Polonnaruwa is not just history, it's a living call to unity, resilience and vision. The achievements of the past continue to shape the present. Sri Lankans are heirs to a civilization built on harmony and ingenuity. The golden age still echoes in every drop of water and every stone. The story of Parakramabahu is a timeless lesson in vision, unity, and service. He dreamed of a peaceful, prosperous nation, and made it real through courage and determination. His greatest achievement was forging unity from division, proving that collective strength surpasses individual ambition. Parakramabahu's reign teaches that true leadership is service, using power to uplift, protect, and inspire. His promise to use every drop of water was a promise to serve his people. The legacy of Polonnaruwa is a call to action for us all. With vision, unity, and service, we can overcome any challenge. The lessons of the past are eternal, waiting to be awakened by a noble purpose. The stones of Polonnaruwa remind us, greatness lies within us all. The golden age is not just a memory, it is a possibility for every generation.